welcome to this third edition of the Legends Podcast. As you know by now, I am John Rich Jr. I'm sort of the host, and we're going through the positions. Last week we had the 9s, the week before that we had the 6s, and now we're going into the 12s, the worst looking part of the centre partnership.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, because I play 13. Okay. So we're joined by Kay Darlison, Peter Thomas, Harry Pick, Harry Jones. Welcome all. Get all your names right.
All the Harry.
All perfect. That makes a change. Normally I messed it up. Steve also. I said Steve Allsop and Andrew Klutz. Sorry, I called you Clutterback. Beth. Kate, we'll start with you. We're just going to start a few introductions really. So just talk to us. Names, fun facts, hobby, Sils career. Just anything about yourself.
So my name's Kate. I started playing here in 2015 when it was the old women's team, and then joined back 2020 or something, captain for this year. And other hobbies include horse riding, and I just finished uni.
Just finished uni? Where'd you go uni?
Moral, it's a college, but I just did a degree there, veterinary physiotherapy.
Sounds good. And what you do?
Animals?
Yeah, animals. Stroking animals.
Yeah.
Intelligent.
It sounds like you're going. Stroking animals. Yeah. What you?
You have to edit it out. You have to edit it out. Carry on.
Apart from stroking beavers, what do you enjoy doing? You said horse riding. What are you doing for yourself now as well for work?
So I work on a rehabilitation yard, and then I'll set up my business next year. Doing veterinary physiotherapy.
Yeah, stroking beavers. Brilliant. What a start. Yeah, so you can tell how this podcast is going to go today. Any nicknames?
No.
Do you know anything? Just that hard hitting 12.
Yeah.
That's the best nickname you can have. Pete, we'll move on to you. We'll go around. We'll try and match that start. Name any nicknames actually?
Sir Arnold.
Sir Arnold. Talk to us about that.
No idea really. Came around through golf more than anything, as in Arnold Palmer. That's where it all kicked off. Right. It was a nickname taken on at school. I joined the Sils 1972. Played first team rugby here from 72 to 86, 87, 88. I think it might have been before packing in, calling it a day. Body's given up now. Just had a new knee. So there's
a few lads who can do that. So
so I'm now enjoying watching it.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy watching it up here. I must talk to Harry about his game on Saturday, but there you go. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we will certainly come to that. So since 72, and you finished when at
88.
Yeah, so 16 years. And also we've got a new game in the podcast, as you will know from previous weeks. Everyone is asked to bring a piece of memorabilia. Pete decided that he didn't want to bring a piece of memorabilia. He wanted to bring this box of memorabilia. So we're going to be playing throughout this podcast. What is in Pete's box?
He's been in a few boxes.
This box, not a cricket box, but that box there, Pete's box.
Okay.
We'll go through that there. Experience, 16 years. Jonesy, we'll come on to you. Less experienced at the Sils. Yeah. Talk to us about yourself.
Harry Jones, started the Sils in 2011, so what's that, 11 years ago when I was 7. And now I've just started the first team, now I'm turned 18, so I'm the youth of the group. I've just started working, which has ruined my chances of getting a free beer, because I can't pull a student card anymore.
That's
the first paycheck and everyone's like, when I got me a beer, so now I'm just...
Back in the days, and now you're buying the rest of them. No, you're not. You're cheapskate. Hobbies outside of rugby?
I like watching the darts. If I'm watching darts, quite therapeutic. I can sit
darts?
I want to go live, but I haven't got there live yet.
What, to watch it or to play it?
I played a couple of times in a pub, but I've never been.
When I said live, like anyone would play it.
I'm not a professional darts player.
Yeah, I don't know. What does a darts player look like?
I don't know, probably better at darts than me, but no, I've never been to an actual one, but I want to go to one.
Yeah, one of the PDC events. Yeah, darts.
So I had social sex and maybe sort that out.
Yeah, maybe. I think that's a good one. We get a whole club trip to the darts. Yeah.
For that, Pete?
Yeah. You a darts player?
No.
Kate, you a darts player? No, just horses. Just straight.
We cannot have this beavers.
Yeah, that's the final time that's used. Yeah, you've been here for 6 games now.
Yeah.
No, 7 now. 7 now. You missed the last one. What were you? So you play Sils all the time, or?
No, so my only club's been Sils, but I've represented Worcester and I played county and regional. So I've got a shirt from Midlands.
Good shift. Well, we'll come on. We'll come on to that in a minute, and then. Yeah, we've got double bull Harry rather than one. We've got 2 men's. Yeah, 2 is better than 1. Talk to us about yourself, Picky.
Yeah, so Harry Pick. I've played at the Sils since 2011 as well. The Rugby World Cup was on. I got inspired by England's shambolic performance on and off the pitch.
Guinness?
Yeah, I'm into Guinness. So yeah, I came down, played for the Saxons for a couple of years after having been at Solihull School. And then didn't get straight to the first team, don't understand why, but I've been there ever since. Like, they realised I was properly sound player. Nickname is Shari, for actually being, we've actually got 3 Harrys now, but we've got a Farry, which is Fat Harry, Harry Law, Shari, Shit Harry Pick, and now we've got Gary, Good Harry Jones. So that's the theme behind the Harry nicknames.
Like it, Shari.
Yeah, away from the field, I like to take romantic walks around Leamington, as well as up hills.
I don't know what you say on the field. You mean like you do those romantic walks and you occasionally play when like you?
No, like my whole life is
romantic walking.
No, it's around the field. Yeah.
I see.
It's like dedicated around the field, so off the pitch, I like to dedicate my time to romantic walks and micro machine racing.
Who are you romantic walking with?
Anyone. Anyone that would really be
who will
wandering around Leamington. Yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
Where you poaching talent from Smack, or
no?
Where you going?
I am actually in a long-term relationship, which hopefully
to find her a Neil.
I don't know why this turned into questions here. I feel like
because we want to meet you, Harry. We wanted to find out about you. You like romantic walking, and we're asking who.
Just anyone.
No, you're happily wifed away, mate.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, thank you, thank you, Shari. Thank you, Shari, Gary, Son, and Kate. That's a good start. It's time for a game of What's in Pete's box?
Right. First thing I'm bringing out here is a picture of the entire rugby club in 1978, taken on the bank outside, roughly where that sort of cricket box, or I don't know what it is out there on the left of the patio.
Yeah.
Anyway, the thing that you'll notice here is the fashion.
Yeah.
Some serious bell bottoms. I had my girlfriend with me on that day.
What is she?
Well, she was the baby sham.
I think it's a.
She was the baby sham woman from behind the bar, because we used to buy what we called a 2 and 10p leg opener, which was a cherry brandy which you gave any lady. But ladies weren't allowed in the club in those days.
Really?
They weren't allowed in the club until 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday.
Oh.
So it's a very different
after 8 o'clock at night?
the ladies came in. No idea.
They all went to Pop Bowl, Harry. That's where they went, mate.
But there are some faces that you'll recognise from today.
Ollie Bullock, top left.
Well, dear old Graham Webb, who we lost a few years ago here. John Platt, you can see there. Tim Platt, his younger brother. Alan Elliott, past captain, who's just recently passed away. Phil Johnson, who comes regularly with us even today. Ian Thorpe, past captain. So quite a good.
Is that Reg down the bottom?
Reg down the bottom.
Is that Reg down there?
Yes, that's Reginald.
Wow,
Reg. Good show.
Dear old Reg.
What photo?
It was a good picture.
Do you want to go and show the camera? One of you go and show the camera. Just show them the photo so they see it. Yeah, not the one that's at an angle. no, just pick one of them. Just pick one of them. Yeah, that's a great budget.
That's really good.
That is the first. That is the first. What is in Pete's box?
Pete, did you ever have photos in kit for in those days?
Yeah, I've got some here.
We might find out some more that's in Pete's box. Yeah.
Various things.
Put that back in the box.
Whereas Pete has bought lots of stuff in, Harry Pitt has forgotten to bring anything in.
Yeah. So
Shari.
Actually, I did bring 2 very important things.
You stop taking my Guinness as well.
The first one was a bag of scratchings.
Yes,
And
that is
the
good.
second one was a second bag of scratchings. And I think, to be fair, it's quite important to realise that beers and scratchings have become quite a thing at the club recently. I don't know if they've become Pete, I don't know if back in your
Always
day,
been the
but-
case.
Yeah.
Always been scratchings.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, always
do
had it with
the sirens go for scratchings?
They go for mini cheddars.
Mini cheddars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
It's a bit variety.
yeah, we've got a bit of everything going on. A couple guys go for crisps.
I mean, it's a selection of crisps.
Selection of crisps must be, yeah, strictly.
But I think, to be fair, like, I know you haven't actually brought anything because I'm completely unprepared, and I've been spending most of my time taking romantic walks. Scratchings are like a bloodline of the club nowadays.
Yeah, they're huge.
I think they keep us going from Thursday night till Saturday morning. You've got to have your scratchings. I think it's probably one of the pre-game rituals that you've got nowadays.
Yeah, as long as you stay behind after a Thursday and don't shoot off home.
Yeah, exactly. Which most of the lads don't do now.
No, we get
Thursday seems pretty big nights.
Thursday's the new Thursday's the new Friday. Honestly.
Again, going back to your day, was it like Thursday a big thing? Was it
Tuesday and Thursday were training nights.
Would
still the same.
Would you get on the beers and it would all get a bit loose, or?
They'll probably get on the beers Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm not doing it properly.
No, we still do that. You just don't.
You don't have a sherry before the match.
No.
Do you?
Well, we used to because we had a
Let's bring that
doctor.
in.
We had a doctor who reckoned it was good for the cardiovascular system. He said you'd run like possessed men for the first sort of 60 minutes of the match, and then it didn't matter by then because you'd probably have won the game.
I do reckon when you're like drunk, you feel like you could run further. I reckon.
It wasn't a good idea.
You must have ports at half time as well.
No.
That's the Saxons thing, isn't it?
Is it? It's general, I'm not
I
sure.
think so.
I mean, it's quite remarkable how many blokes smoked in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't smoke, but an awful lot did, and you'd come into the change rooms after a match, and the first thing people would do would be sit down and light up a fag. And I think,
Yeah, who would do that? Who would do that
you
these
couldn't
days?
see in the change room.
Do that.
Our second row and number 8 do that very much.
Do they?
Joe Bullock, Ruben.
They'll go out
guilty.
basically in their boots.
Have a fag, train, come back in.
They'll have pre-game phone as well, walk the pitch up.
Really?
Yeah, but they are unique in that sense. But so in place of bringing anything of your relevance to, we'll call scratchings. Yeah,
Scratches, I think, are a solid choice.
yeah, they're a good shout. We do say time for medals and scratchings. So when we finish, that's fair.
Classic.
Kate, I'm screening. Don't tell me you've forgotten something.
No, well, I didn't realise there's meant to be memorabilia, but I brought a pen because before every game I have to write L and R on my hand, and if I ever forget to do it, we always left and right.
No way!
Yeah,
Really? Wait, what would you write? Did you write them on just your...
like here, so I can like look.
So the most way to pass the ball. It's sort of
In
sharp
the
left.
game,
just have a
in the
quick check.
game, you'll be looking at the back of your wrists
Yeah,
to say which
and
one.
if I don't have it, then I can't like compute it.
Wow, that is some Harry Jones level stuff.
That's worrying for a vet.
Yes, the left leg we need to amputate. Which one's that one? What pen are you using for that?
Sharpie.
Sharpie.
Huge
So it kind of stays on as well for the whole.
Super strong pen.
Yeah, it's a great pen. It's better than this. Whatever
Do you
this is.
tape your area that you will mark with left and right before you
Was it
apply
on
the
skin?
Sharpie,
On
or
the
is it
skin,
skin?
on
skin.
skin.
Skin on skin. It's pen on
Sharpie
skin.
on
Pen on
skin.
skin.
That's
Yeah.
commitment.
Yes, it stays on, and then
Basically, you know what you should do? You should just get tattoos.
yeah,
Could do.
that's a
Yeah.
good shout.
Or just like
It's on the card.
It wouldn't be the worst tattoo in this club either. Like, you should see some of the blokes tattoos. I've got a pretty bad one. Yeah. I've got a Trent Stag on my quad.
It's not
Represent.
like you podcast, you realise that as well.
No, it's can't be, mate. Matt Spink's got an England flag, the size of his quad.
I tell you who's got the worst tattoo? Gas Rock.
We-
Just saying.
What, the Made in England one?
Made in England.
Oh.
Made in England on his back. It's absolutely terrible. Anyway, left and right. That's absolutely terrible. Sorry.
Left to right, that is a good one. I like
That's
that.
great.
Pen, a pen. You need, if you need that, you need that. So not something that I'd go for, but a pen's a good shout. Jonesy, I know what yours is. Do you want to show the camera?
I'm not sure the camera. Got my registration card to show that I was at Club 2011.
Registration card in 2011.
And I've also got someone else as well, because I come prepared and not the other Harry.
Yeah, Sharry. That's why you're called Gary, mate.
Yeah, because you're good, Harry.
Because you're very good.
And then, we'll go around, do you want to go on about this, Junior?
Yeah, I just want you to talk to us. Why have you got why have you got all the teeth but your two middle ones? That's what I want to know.
Obviously, I just
You look like you've been plugged into the main.
Plugged into the main, you said.
Yeah, no, I was about 7 then, so I wasn't really sure what to do.
You look like
7, you just gone to year 3, I just thought I was that man.
You look like one of them oranges. You got like a green little top on the top.
Yeah, it must have been quite a hectic time in my life.
So this was your Sils registration card?
No,
I never got one of these.
Must have just not rated you.
Clearly not.
I think they need
How wrong they were.
Maybe we need to keep an eye on him.
Oh, don't worry, we still do. And then you've got a second thing apart from that abysmal photo.
This is a playing shirt I had for when I represented the Midlands in some little tournament against the other regions. It says 13 on the back, but I do play 12, then I had 13 on that.
Can you name any of the other regions that you played?
Yeah, it was like there's 2 from London.
Two from
London. That famous county.
That famous,
London South.
And then there's one in the east and a couple of north. I think Kent were flying around at some point involved.
Kent. We played Kent, right?
That was a good few days.
When was that?
I want to say last March. So recent.
Oh, recent. Oh, right. Okay.
I can't remember what that was brilliant.
Yeah,
It wasn't the last year, 2022 year.
2022. Fair. So just before
Before I
you.
became a senior for Sils, and then devoted my club, and I'm here 4 times a week now. I just love the Sils.
4 times a week. Well, out 4 times, go on.
Sorry.
Tuesdays, you can't include today, this is the one.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays for game every now and then, obviously do a bit of 5-a-side on the Monday up here.
Oh yeah, so that's for this.
But I could have played anywhere else because I love the Sils. I chose to do 5-a-side.
That's like 5
Load of rubbish.
I've got my Sils shirt on underneath, that's how much.
How often we have to here a lot?
Yeah, lived up here basically.
Yeah, enjoying the bar prices at the moment?
Nah, it's champagne.
No.
How much was a pint back in your day?
Yes, go on, that is a great question.
Initially, it was
72,
probably,
you said, didn't you?
no, it was 1 and 11pence, which would be less than 10p.
You are joking.
Wow.
$4.90 for a sandwich. Look, you don't kick off when you're in there. It's
4,900% increase.
You'd easily get 5 pints for £1, easy.
That made Thursday very Thursday.
Thursday. To be fair, the Vault does a couple of good deals if you ever want to go on a Thursday and join us. 10p a pint. Wow.
Yeah, but you weren't earning the money you guys are earning now, remember? You know?
Oh, don't worry, you probably were. I've only just come out of uni, you certainly were. Yeah, I went to Sheffield and I got 3 Guinness for £9 and I couldn't believe my mince pies. It was unbelievable.
That is great.
Yeah, so
again, this is for the 12s.
yeah, but I venture. Well, thanks guys for your memorabilia. To finish it off, we're going to play another round of what is in Pete's box?
Right, now do you want pictures or...
Oh, Peter, or whatever's in your box.
Okay, let's you wanted some tea pictures.
A 10p pint would be amazing.
You've got to be
Plenty of 10p pints in there.
Wow, we've
Right.
got some photos. This is
Actually, I'll tell you, that one I'll keep, which is where it all started for me.
go on,
Bring that one out.
let's get that.
It shows how bloody old that is. This was the Solihull School
Oh, right.
under 15s.
Wow.
It was the first school side to ever go abroad, and we played the Dutch under 21 15
Is the under 15s?
as the under 15.
Did you win?
We drew 3-all.
3-all.
Yeah.
Great game.
Which was
Hell of a contest.
Which was quite, and it was on the radio and everything there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not, but I mean, to give you an idea, that was,
To be fair, when you say that was on the radio and now we're doing a podcast in the change room.
Yeah.
I can't really show you that, but that
YouTube.
was Solihull School dining room when
Where
I
was that?
started.
Where would that be now?
That's the old refectory.
it's the
what was
refectory.
called the old refectory, which is the sixth form centre,
wanna
the
go-
old
Yeah,
sixth
Yeah,
form centre.
yeah. So that's the
And I was a boarder,
Awful Barnett.
and that was the dormitories.
Oh, wow. I thought that was a hospital.
Upstairs,
Where the art rooms
factory
are
now.
where the art rooms
Yeah,
are
yeah,
now,
yeah,
those
yeah.
were the dorms.
I thought that was a hospital. I'll see if that one can fit that in. Can you get that, Hass?
Yeah, I'm just
Get all these in. You've got a lot of editing to do
This is
because
brilliant.
Peter's. These are so good.
That's
I love how you've got such a big photo of it as well.
So Pete, what year was that at Solihull School then?
I went in 64, so it was around 64, that sort of time.
64.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you want to show?
So how old were you when
Sorry,
you started playing for
Sils?
Sils? If you were 72, 63,
well, I just
20, mid-20s?
No, after I left school.
My mum was in the
school,
when I started playing for
74.
50 years from now. So you
I was 18, I suppose.
So no one do the math and work out Pete's age.
No, don't do it.
No,
Kate, did you go to Solihull School?
No, I went to Heart of England.
Heart of England. What about you guys?
I was Solihull School, yeah.
Solihull School.
Yeah.
You went to been around the block. Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
That
More
picture,
photos.
that picture there is the old Sils 7 that won the Shield. It was the Shield that was played for as Sutton Coldfield in those days.
Oh, yeah.
And we won the final against Solihull. Always remember it, we beat them 10-6, which was quite a big thing to beat the town side, you know, which Solihull were in those days.
I love the ball. Look at the grip on it. there's practically not. Steve,
Well,
yeah, that's true.
I got one in the box, but not at that time. But, I'll show you. And
More.
these are just
I tell you what, you got considering
some of the teams.
we don't have many photos
I was
at
going to
all.
say, you've got ways.
Yeah, and they're framed as well, because I guess you just take a photo on your phone. Okay, have a photo. Oh my god, look at the Tash game in this. Wow, that is a strong tattoo.
Well, that's grown win.
Yeah, that is some serious facial hair.
Well,
I love the retro kits as well, which we've also displayed around.
You'll notice we got a badge on there.
I was thinking
for the first
that, I was
time.
just thinking, I was
Well,
literally just
the
thinking.
reason we got that badge, it was for I was skipper in 1980, and 1980 was the 50th year of the rugby club, which was established in 1932. And I mentioned Claude. Claude was the guy who got me into the old Sils, really. And here he is, he was president of the association in 1965. But Claude was a great bloke. I mean, he was played hooker, played county, well, he actually played for North Mids, in fairness, as hooker. He was built like a brick shit house. I mean, I'm not being funny.
Like me, then.
I can remember as a sort of 18-year-old lad, fresh out of school, on my first rugby tour, packing down against him in a bar, thinking, oh, this old codger will be no trouble to shove backwards. Well, Christ, I've never gone back so fast across the room, as you can imagine. But he was about 18, 19 stone. And he was notorious, and I'll tell you the story if I can, because of the size of his bollocks.
Right.
Good show.
He used to, as a hooker.
Good set.
As a hooker, he didn't wear a jockstrap, and when the ball came in, no one knew which one to strike because his were on the bloody floor. and I kid you not, and I mean, where he was such a nice man.
Where's this story going? Where he was so nice.
I'll tell you why he was such a nice guy.
This man.
That's this guy here.
We look at him differently.
That's a man with big balls.
Yeah.
Well, they used
where
to,
he was so nice.
all of the clubs we used to play against used to sing, "Please do not tread on Claude's balls." That was their song. All the clubs, they all knew. Well, you couldn't miss. It wasn't something you could miss. It was quite remarkable. And I can remember being on rugby tour with him in Bath, and we were sharing a bedroom, and we'd had quite a good lunch, and we decided to have a lie down for the afternoon. Well, he stripped off, he sat on the end of the bed and fell backwards, and I promise you, as true as I'm sitting here, his bollocks were on the floor. And unfortunately, the cleaner came in. And she took one look at these things. I mean, she ran like the wind. Anyway, Claude was mortified, and he said to me, Arnold, he said, "Get up, we've got to go out." I said, "What are we going out for?" He said, "We're going out." And I couldn't see the dashboard, let alone the car. Drove him into the town to get to a florist, where he bought 24 red roses to give to this blooming cleaner by way of an apology.
Then it looks like a romantic gesture. If he's
Well,
bought
for him,
roses.
exactly. He was a smooth old sod, but he was legendary.
So that's Claude. So
that was dear old Claude, and
course.
he's been a great benefactor for the school. If you know anything about the school coat and pitch, which is all the white
played on it
railings and everything, that was all donated by Claude, and the also the score machine that they've got there, the electronic one. And here, as I say, he left about 150,000 quid to the rugby club. So the rugby club have got a lot of money that was Claude's, and I'm sure they'll put it to pretty good use over the years. But it was a great man.
Nowadays, we're on OnlyFans, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Right, yeah, so I played on Claude Potter Club, but I've learned something new. The Claude Potter.
They were legendary.
Yeah, so
they are. That's the next item.
Right, that was the second version of what is in Pete's box. We've also learned what is in Claude's box as well. That's a great story. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah, that was good. We'll come on to more of the boxing in a minute. Next, we're going to do a Silhillian rugby review. So we're going to talk about, we'll talk about the games of the weekend. Let's go. Who was playing? Picky, you were playing.
I was there, yeah.
I was watching.
Yeah.
You were watching.
I'd like to hear Pete's thoughts on it first before I go.
Go on then.
Well, okay, I thought it was a game you should have won.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think, I was saying earlier, I think this season is very difficult for the Sils because you've been promoted, and at that level, if you're without 2 or 3 key players, and by key players, I'm talking about the physical presence of the likes of Spink and people like that. Yeah. That fly half, I forgot his name, is the Aussie chap. Rod. Great reader of the game. The thing that, I've seen at least 3 games this year that the Sils have lost through a kick that Rod wouldn't have done because he's got the brain experience that would have stopped that. Yeah. Which is a shame because obviously we're down. I think,
do you know who was kicking at the weekend?
Funnily enough.
That's a combination of
it was a combination.
I did kick one and it was lamb shanked.
We missed about 5, I think, something like that.
We missed
3
off the tee.
3 off the tee. I did offer to kick because I've been kicking, but Joe's
3 off the tee.
Vic insisted. But
We offered to kick for a bit.
You probably would have been better using it.
Yeah. No, it was a shame. It's we all have days like that, and
I think we've had a fair share this season. We
I
should have got
the thing
across
is
the
great is that the spirit of the boys seems to be pretty good still. And
100%.
given the fact that they've lost a few matches, lost every match really. They're doing,
Don't sugarcoat it.
To actually maintain that spirit is good, and I think it will turn around.
Yeah.
I think
You've only got to look at the game against Moseley. It was a tremendous effort, Moseley Oak, because they were much bigger. I mean, physically they were much bigger than we were.
Yeah, and
we stuck at it.
What I liked about Moseley Oak was after about 60 minutes, I came on, John Rich came on,
Great.
and we were about I think we were 21-3 or 21-5 down. And then when John Rich came off, I think it turned out to be 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think the good thing about
it was 24-19 was the final score.
I just changed it, and John Rich.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say you coming on.
So he won his opponent's point and lost his.
Well, it's interesting you say that because the highlight for me was when we got 2 off the park, so we were playing with 13.
Yeah.
And that's when we scored a try.
It was true.
That was all down to me playing 9.
I don't think you were there on that.
Yeah, I was playing 9, telling everyone what to do and bossing it. No, I think I agree. It's been said quite a lot that our time will come. We've gone on the wrong side of a few results, and we've got an eating at the weekend. H, what are your more thoughts on? Any more to add on?
On Saturday, I think we were just a bit unlucky. I just think genuinely, I think we were. It was the first game we've had where we were leading. That made a big difference to us. I know a bit of confidence at the start of the game. A lot of it was good. The discipline was much better than the previous week as well. Mostly we just gave away 30 odd penalties. It must have been. Penalties. So and we're just never going to win a game with that many pens. So that was a good improvement from Saturday. So whilst we think we should have won, we got 2 bonus points. There probably were lots more positives to say from it, and I think the result is coming and it's going to be a big one. I think we Pete mentioned it, we've come up the league. We've probably felt quite threatened every time that we've played a team up till now, so we don't know what to expect. We've been in that lower league before, where we know what to expect. We're going over to Spartans, we've been there year in, year out. We're going over to basically even like a place like Pinley, we know what to expect. And I think that's the advantageous thing about having this weekend, Nuneaton Leeds. We've been there, we've won there, we know what to expect when we get there. And
we're going to win there.
Hopefully we'll do it.
We're going to win there.
I think that's the benefit of actually playing a familiar team, because the psychology of it is probably improved.
We know what we're up against.
Exactly. So I think, but I agree with your points, Pete. We're missing that weight in the pack that just takes.
There are people. There's no doubt at that level there are people who make it a significant difference.
Yeah. But I think the good thing with the results we're getting, we're actually getting respect from teams in the league as well. We're seeing a lot of stuff on socials where teams are coming to us going, "How have you lost again? Like we should be mid-table. We should be pushing." Yeah. We're pushing just to be like.
Well, we've got 4 bonus points.
Yeah, exactly. So it shows we should have probably 4 wins.
Even more than I think. Yeah.
Tell me, what's the lads' thoughts on the fact that we're travelling quite a long way? Because I mean, one of the things that was supposed to happen was the new leagues were supposed to reduce travelling.
I don't think that's affecting us too much. I don't think so. I think we. Even in the previous seasons, Droitwich is pretty far. Yeah. Malvern's pretty far. I've been there plenty of times. So I don't think that's an issue.
It's definitely further. The furthest away game we had was Newark, and we've already done that.
Yeah, you've done that.
So we did that, and that was fun. Jonesy, was that fun?
Yeah. Sunday was quite heavy. But
Sunday was
great coach.
It made all more room for the social.
Yeah.
I think it's more about. I don't think it's travelling. I think it's the familiarity of where you're going.
Yeah.
The psychology of not having turned up there before, or not having a side come here that we know what we're going to expect. I think that's the.
Which will be interesting when you play them again later in the season.
And that's what I'm thinking.
With
the year,
bounce.
Exactly. We know not to be scared. We just got to get on with it.
Go out. Yep. Yeah. Anything more to report? You went there on.
I didn't play.
We'll come to you in a minute to talk about the quiz. Actually, because that was a social event that happened on Saturday.
The quiz was a great social event.
It was great, wasn't it? Yeah, and it wasn't a social event.
Obviously, the team cheated, but obviously, I won't.
I said we'll come on to you, mate. Kate, Sirens spoke to Beth about how well it's been going.
Yes.
Bit of a blip in the system. I wasn't there. Hold Hell Zones away.
Yeah, we just didn't get off to a good start. It just didn't seem like we had our head in the game. I think we were told they were going to be quite an easy team, so I think we just went in a bit complacent, really. And they gave us a really good first half. And then we had quite a lot of new and experienced players coming on. And we swapped it around a bit second half, and we got a few points on the board, but we did lose.
Won the second half though.
Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah, so if you know there's going to be a third half, and or if they come back here, then you know you got them.
Yeah, and it was only a friendly, so
it
doesn't count too much.
Old Hell Zones, are they a league above or the same league?
They're not actually in a league. But they've all been playing since they were 10 years old.
Oh, okay.
So they'd come up all through mini and juniors and have played for years, compared to a lot of our team have only played for the past year. Or really very new to it. So.
How long have you been? You say been playing rugby?
I started here in 2015.
2015. You say there was an old women's team, and then it stopped, and then it went again.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had an older team, a lot of people, do you know Emma Smithy?
Yeah.
All of her sort of friends, and they were all quite an older team, and we literally lost every single game we ever played. And then we didn't have any numbers, anything, so it sort of stopped, and then after lockdown we got more people, we got going again.
Talk to us about that as well, because it's a bit of it's a very good story. We've said it constantly in the podcast. Women's rugby on the rise. Yeah, it's really coming up now, the World Cup. It's all very exciting, yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, the women are getting more numbers at training than the men at the moment. So
yeah, we had over 20 the past couple of weeks.
Banging.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Exactly, that's bang. So that only bodes well for the future then, I suppose.
Yeah, hopefully. We've only got another 2 league games, I think. There's not many teams in our league.
You got a 3-team league, right? Haven't you? Stone and Clear Hill or something. Yeah,
and Kenilworth and Stafford.
Right, okay.
So we've got another 2. We've won the first 2. We played Stafford before and beat them, so hopefully,
yeah, get on. Yeah, I remember. Were you there for the Stone game? Any of you there for the Stone? It was like a Sunday fun day. Yeah, the Stone game was unbelievable. Yeah, some unbelievable shots as well coming from the 12th. It's so well played. We talked about men's. Weekend, you haven't got a game?
No,
No?
we don't have a game.
We've got one in Eton.
Yeah,
How do you think we're going to get on?
It's for a box season, so there's something on the line.
Sorry, say that again in English.
It's for the box season.
Oh, for the box season. I had no idea what you just said. Box season.
Yeah. Claude and a bloke called Scratch Arnold. Scratch Arnold was from the old Eds, and Claude put it together.
Well, this is a good story.
You said Scratch Arnold.
Yeah, that was his name, Scratch Arnold.
And
he was an old Ed.
Oh, and you.
He was an uneaten old Ed.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to explain the story?
Yeah, you explain the
I honestly couldn't tell you other than the fact that these two guys put the Bog Seat trophy together. Oh God, I don't know how long ago now, but it was certainly, if I was guessing, sort of early 60s when they put it together, which was just a toilet seat. It's since been, embellished a little bit and made to look quite respectable. But yeah, it's been a battle home and away, because in those days we used to play sides home and away every year, and you knew what your fixture list was going to be year in, year out, the same clubs, if you like. Very seldom did you have a new club to play against. Which I think had a benefit in one regard, and that was that you got to know the opposition that you play against, and they become lifelong chums. And we were talking about the past captains and presidents dinner that we're having in November. Well, some of the people who will come to that are blokes from clubs that we used to play against as guests, who have been friends of people for 30, 40, 50 years. Because in those days it was a much more sociable game in terms of the first thing you did was buy your oppo a pint, and that was, you stuck with him all night basically. But it was pre-drink driving and things like that, so you didn't have to worry. You just drive. You didn't have to worry. If you could,
Before going away romantic walks with Mrs.
Well,
when you get away with it.
You were playing Matlock. Well, the other day. Well, we used to play a side called Albalians, who were up in Matlock on a regular basis, and we used to drive down the M69, and we'd stop at a pub in a place called Anstey. Well, Anstey was the first pub, if you like, in Warwickshire, and these other pubs were in Derbyshire. And sometimes we'd get into the bloody pub in Anstey, find that they'd closed because they stopped serving at 10:30. So we get back in the car and drive 20 miles back up the road into Derbyshire so we could carry on drinking, where they stayed up until 11:30. So that's what you did.
And then where did you used to go out after? Any nightclubs?
No, we didn't really. We couldn't. I mean, by that stage, you could hardly move.
That's fair. That is most of it.
It was, as I say, ladies didn't come into it in those days. So I mean, the only chance you had of meeting a lady was, if you fell over one somewhere.
Was that what they called it?
They just weren't part of the rugby scene, really, I suppose.
It's good. Times change.
So it's better. It's much better now. Of course, it's far more close.
Yeah, it's good.
It's great.
But that, so the box seat.
The box seat is normal. It was stolen from their changing room.
The two, Scratch Arnold and Claude, decided on a trophy.
Put it together.
And that's what they thought. They said, "Well, what should we have?" And I think one of them said, "We'll have them." It's a shit game. Let's have a,
Which is, and it's currently hanging up in our walls. We spoke about playing them last season. We played them last season, and we won. So we currently hold.
I think it was quite tight last year, wasn't it? It's only a point.
I wasn't there.
I gave away a penalty.
He wasn't old enough. I wasn't there, and you gave away a penalty.
I gave away a penalty in the final moments, and I don't think they kicked it. I think they went for a scrum, and we got the ball back, and I was absolutely bricking it. Box seat pun there. I was bricking it. So I was thinking, if they take the 3 here, we've lost the box seat. We would have won the game. But they would have won the box. We would have lost the box seat, and thankfully they.
How does that work?
It's all an aggregate of the 2 matches.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. You see.
Yeah. So we were chasing.
We were well down, weren't we?
Because we lost them the first game.
We had 10-15 points to catch up, and then this penalty would have given it away. But luckily, it didn't kick it.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. Fancy our chances. You're going to be playing. I won't be playing on Saturday. I've taken a nasty bang to the head. Concussion, hence why I'm on the 50-50.
Should knock some sense.
We've got a lot of flight spot looks. GT's back. So just
GT's back. Big ball carriers coming through. I will try and make it down, boys. When I say try, I will be there supporting you. Will you be playing or will you be benched?
No, I'm on.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not playing,
then you've got a chance. Nah, I'm joking. So it's looking good. Reckon the first win this season.
I reckon this will be
Yeah. Keep our discipline. We're fine.
Yeah,
Got them up front.
We've got nothing to be scared of.
No, exactly. So yeah, that's kind of a Sils rugby review. A shocker today, actually, at the Sils. No Guinness on tap. Harry, thoughts?
They still charge me £5 for it. There's none in the bullet barrel, and they charge me £5.
Yeah, it's a disgrace. And if you're wondering why we had Guinness earlier, then
we don't know why.
I've honestly no idea.
It slipped in there.
Yeah, accidentally they bought themselves. Yeah, sorry, we're on to part 2 now. But yeah, let's get on. Kate, what time is it?
It's
Ooh.
What's in Pete's box?
Hey, what is in your box?
Right, well this time I've dragged out these items. I bought these because one of the most important parts of rugby over the years was touring.
Yes.
And every Easter the old Sils used to go on tour, normally down to Devon and Cornwall, but we always played Bath Edwardians on Good Friday, and then we would play sides like Hale and St Ives, Dartmouth.
Proper rugby times, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Brixham. We played Brixham. All these clubs, and they were good Cornish sides. That was a photograph taken, I would imagine, around 1980. It was in Bath, and it's against Bath Edwardians after the game.
Bit clean for after the game, don't you think?
Perhaps it was before the game. Perhaps it was before the game.
Yeah.
Well, it's Good Friday.
Exactly.
Yeah. Was the Good Friday spirit always?
Oh
held?
yeah, I mean it's brilliant. I mean, you'd come out of there. I mean, as I was saying earlier, one of the great things about Sils rugby in those days was there was an awful lot of singing. Singing started in the Bath after the game. It went on in the clubhouse. There was a chap called Mick Oakley who wrote a lot of rugby songs. Well, they were basically songs that he sort of put his own words to. You know, these foolish things. You know, everyone's heard that song. Well, you know, a sweaty sock beside an old French letter, a dose of syphilis that won't get better. Each time I pee it stings. These foolish things remind me of you. You know, so I mean,
what kind of rhythm was that?
The rhythm.
It
was a sweaty sock beside an old French leather, a dose of syphilis that won't get better. Each time I pee it stings. These foolish things remind me of you. Your tattered underpants with lipstick traces, the shags we used to have that bust my braces. Oh, how the memory clings. These foolish things remind me of you. So there's lots of verses.
Why don't you get that going on match day?
Well, and one of the things, and the reason I got this with me was we used to have.
Yeah, you missed it.
We used to have the old Sils blues band. Which was part of the singing. I mean, there's a chap on that photograph who's sadly dead now. He died of too much alcohol. A chap called Kid Curry, great bloke, very bright Oxford graduate, first class Oxford degree, seriously intelligent man, very good wing forward. But he was a great one for the blues, and you know he started us off with the sort of the shithouse blues, which was, you know, I woke up this morning, scraped the shit from my shoes. I believe, I got the shithouse blues. And you know these sort of songs.
I'm loving these songs,
So we produced one year for a rugby tour these old Sils blues bands.
T-shirt saying it shrunk in the wash.
It's seriously shrunk in the wash. But this one, as you can see, is covered in blood. And I've kept it like that because it was quite a fond memory for me, because I was singing The Portions of a Woman to this lady, which I thought was quite nice, but sadly her husband didn't. And there's the blood there.
That's blood from you.
Is that him? Yeah, is that
No,
him?
this is me.
Right.
Oh no, my hands were in my pockets when he hit me. I had no chance.
Rocking back and forward, just singing it.
Can't have shrunk in the wash if the blood's still on it, though, can it?
Well, yeah, it probably has.
Like that,
Well, I was slim then, actually, but not that slim. But yeah, but I don't know whether you know The Portions of a Woman, but I'll give it.
I don't know the song.
The first verse is quite good, really. It's the portions of a woman that lead to men's depravity are fashioned with considerable care, and what at first appears to be a simple little cavity is really the most elaborate affair. Now, surgeons who have studied this feminine phenomenon by all experiments on dames have given all the portions of the gentle sex abdominals some of the most delightful Latin names. There's the hymen and vagina and the good old perineum and the vulva, the sometimes cloudy ride. There are lots of little things you'd love them if you could only see them, like the clitoris and God knows what. So they're great songs, you see. It's such a shame that these are getting lost, you know.
Now we've got a sirens team, now's the opportune time to rekindle something.
Well, they would appreciate
they would love that.
Any songs sang in the sirens?
No.
Can you imagine what they say about the boys?
I love as well.
Can you imagine if they had the equivalent songs of sirens back then, singing those types of things about men's genitals?
Yeah.
Imagine what they said about Claude's balls.
What would you say? I'm sure we can think of something more. We've got some lyrical G. What I like about that song is like it's very sophisticated at the start.
Well, it can be.
Words that I don't think Harry Jones understood what really was going on in that sentence.
He just woke up with
It's clear as there we go.
That's when I fell asleep on the sentence. That's when it hit me, I think.
Brilliant, Pete, absolutely superb. Bit of karaoke. That was the third bit of what is in Pete's pot. Superb. That might not make the full cut for me. I hope it is. We've got a song, haven't we? But it's not as good as that, I don't think. Sils on the piss, doesn't it?
What you just literally listen to is actual
Shakespeare. Silhillians Shakespeare.
Like nice, well constructed songs.
Real
then
good.
you come up with that dire shit. Sick.
It was a classical education, we all had it.
It's the baths, you see. Bring back the bath and all that.
Did you have a bath in the Sils?
Yeah.
Where was it?
In the change rooms.
All the change rooms.
The
old change rooms.
old change rooms. It was great, actually. We played against Moseley Cats. When I was skipper, actually, I've got a photo of some of the news in that. But it's not in the box. But
What is that box?
they came in the bath with us after the game.
The Moseley Cats?
Yeah.
To be fair, Newark. Was it Newark?
Nuneaton, it's actually like.
Was it Camp Hill?
Camp Hill. They've got the showers and they've got the little circles.
Somewhere at the back of the season, I got it, and it was like 7 of them.
Well, they
and
were
then
taken out when the old age
Sorry,
thing
right.
kicked in, you know. In the
Yeah,
80s.
bloody hygiene, innit?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Just silly.
And they were pretty bloody filthy in fairness.
It's all part of the fun.
Yeah, well, it was.
Nuneaton, it's genuinely nice bath.
Yeah, no, I've been in one. I've been in one this year. Are you sure it was Camp Hill?
I'm sure.
I thought it was one in Newark, but
It could have been.
I'm sure.
There was another showers there and there was a little bath there, like a little hot tub. Apparently it was a hot tub.
It was freezing.
I didn't get into
I know
it.
we're talking about
The
the boys here. The girls, if there was a bath, would the girls all get in it?
I don't know.
Do you do team showers?
Do you know, not many people actually shower.
chemistry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright. See, we've got a thing where if the blokes don't shower, bit of a wrong.
Yeah, it's the majority of our team then.
Oh, really? See?
Poor chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if you want to improve your results, there's one bit.
It's one bit. It's one
Yeah.
bit.
Not all shouting together.
Not that it's helped us this season. But that was what is in Pete's box. Move on to a section now called What the Ruck, which I've called. I think it's pretty genius. I keep saying I'm going to keep saying that the whole time because I've said every single time that it's pretty genius.
Yeah.
So that is just a general review of rugby from the weekend. What's on at the weekend? Well, let's start with the Women's World Cup, which is on at the moment.
I've seen a little bit. I saw England play France.
Win?
They smashed it.
They beat France 30-7.
South Africa got battered.
But you'd expect them to be fair. Really? I mean, South Africa's rubbish.
I don't think it's like... The
French were a good side, and I mean, what impressed me about the game, and I was saying to Kate earlier, I mean, 25 years ago I was in Ireland and I saw England play Ireland ladies, and it was like patty cake. It was pathetic. And whilst personally I still have a little bit of a problem with ladies playing rugby, insofar as I don't like the physicality of it for a woman, the same as I don't like women's boxing.
Right. Okay.
It just doesn't work for me. But what I would say is the quality of the game now is fantastic. And it's ever since they went professional, of course.
Yeah.
And their skill sets are really good. In that French game, the first 20 minutes was intense. It was as good as watching a Premiership rugby match.
Yeah.
It really was.
Really good.
It was quality stuff. The handling was excellent. And as I say, their physicality was as good as you could wish for.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And I hate to admit to that, but I did. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, what do you think is the physicality in the game at our level, at your level?
I don't think it's nothing compared to that, but I don't know, I don't think we go in as hard as...
I think you do. You chop, we've watched you chop some people.
Did you wake up sore the next day?
Yeah, the next day. But yeah, I don't know, I think we could go hard. I think we're all a bit like tentative about it.
Yeah.
I think like particularly in training and stuff, we're like, we don't want to hurt our friends. So we never actually go like full on until you're in a game. And then because we haven't gone full on in training, people are just like...
A bit hesitant.
Yeah, that's what
Got it.
But do ladies ever get sort of, split eyes and things like this? Do you see that coming on where they get stitched up? And
broken noses.
Really?
What's the worst injury we've had this season? We had any injuries?
Jay Laresh probably.
Some shoulders, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Jay broke a collarbone.
Still shoulder.
Yeah, Sil shoulder. It's classic. It's men's and women's Sil shoulder. We had 8 injuries in the first 2 games, so maybe we need to. Rod broke his fibula.
Guido did his wrist.
Guido did his wrist. Ollie Taylor did his thing. I did my head. Moses' head.
Ben ankle, JD ankle.
Yeah, JD just hurt his feelings, mate.
Yeah.
He's not really injured. Doug's out, but they're all coming back, which is good.
It's just interesting to see the difference and what you think.
But I think women's rugby at the moment is class.
It is quality stuff to watch.
International and Sils, I thoroughly enjoyed the game against Stone.
If England could win the World Cup,
win the women's Euros,
and then
women's World Cup,
World Cup,
that'd be good.
Proud.
Boom, exactly. So that's the Women's Rugby World Cup. Anyone been watching the Premiership rugby? No. Well, it's a shame that Worcester and Wasps have gone. We've spoken about on the last podcast. By the time Hassan finally uploads this, Saracens will probably have won the league, and I don't know, something else will happen that we won't know. Yeah. France will have won the World Cup because that's how long Hassan takes to upload these videos.
You reckon France are going to win the World Cup?
Favourites.
Yeah.
You reckon they are favourites?
They're at home, aren't they? Home?
Yeah.
Home. And they do turn up for tournaments.
Yeah, they do.
Actually turn up for
2011, it was their final, wasn't it?
They were,
in 2015, they got knocked out by New Zealand, who won that unbelievable game at the Millennium Stadium. Yeah. Well, then was 2019. Can't remember why they got knocked out in 2019. Probably maybe South Africa, but yeah, France for me. I think France at the World Cup. And hopefully England in the women's. But we'll see. It's still a long way to go. Yeah. See if New Zealand can actually pick up some form.
That was a great bit of what the ruck that was.
We've still got some more What the Rucks to do. We're still rucking. We're still rucking. Rocking all over the world. Rocking all over the world. We're staying in Blighty. The Rugby League World Cup's on. Anyone watching that?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, that's the end of What the Rucks. I have. It's been great. England smashing it, and hopefully we'll win that as well. Right, now I'm joined by we're joined by the inside centres, number 12s. So I'm going to ask for heroes of the game. Mainly, we're looking at the moment. We're looking sort of all time. I did pre-warn this. So we'll start with you then, Jonesy. Let's come to you, Mr. Confidence.
I wouldn't say he's my hero. When I was younger, I used to watch Six Nations. I don't really watch much football now. When I was younger, he was a French centre.
Wesley Foffer. Yeah. I was thinking about this before. I remember his try against.
The thing is, he's rapid and he can do all the fancy stuff like pass the ball, but then like if you run at him, he's just going to put you on your head.
Yeah.
And you look at him like,
yeah, he looks small, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then like every now and then you think, he's just fast, so you're going to let him run at you, but then next thing you know, you sat down and concussed about you on the floor.
Yeah,
so there's not much going on.
He
kind of impressed me when I was younger, but now I don't really watch much. But he would be the one I'd say, if I had to come up against someone, I wouldn't want him because I wouldn't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to run around, they'll probably kill him.
I think when you get to that level as well, it's not about how big you are, it's actually like the pace. Yeah. Like here, it can be about like how big you are, but when, soft shoulders pick. But yeah, when it's at that level, I think it's when it's about pacing it and like skills rather than like brawn.
Yeah. He could do it all four, because he could pass off both ends, he could do the fancy stuff, and then if he can, he could pull up his jump and run at someone.
Could he have scored that worldie that you did at Newark?
No,
it's an unbelievable try if anyone's not seen it. Hassan, have you uploaded the October trial of the month?
It's on the Sils YouTube, so get to it, drop a lot.
Yeah.
Follow me, subscribe as well.
Plug it. Yeah, do you know what we can? Our closing outros, if you post it, can be at Harry's
link here, like thing.
Yeah,
it's on the TikTok as well. Shout out to the camera.
So everyone we'll point it like that pint glass, is it? Yeah, just above that. Yeah.
That's it.
There it is. It's going to be quite small though, isn't it? It's going to be a little box. Subscribe if you're new, bloody blah. Foff and I could shout. Any modern, you don't really watch modern. I suppose when we're playing, you don't really get to watch.
No, because we're playing on Saturdays and then obviously the Sils is not off now.
Yeah, you're here 3 or 4 times.
Always here.
Well done. Picky, we'll go around the circle.
I think
Foff and I would have been, honestly been mine as well.
I think the first one that came to mind is Marnonu,
another
absolute player, like just
some hair as well.
Yeah, and the combination of him, Dan Carter, and Sonny Bill Williams in the midfield is just.
He could play 12 as well.
He's absolutely ridiculous.
Conrad Smith, that team was a joke, wasn't it?
It was just a great time of. I think those like at that axis of like a solid 8, 9, hooker 8, 9. 10, 12.
That whole 13, structure of it, wasn't it?
Marlon still playing in America?
Who?
Marlon still playing in America.
He played in France for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he was incredible.
Yeah.
Just the way he ran.
Great, really squeaky voice from man.
I've never experienced it.
Yeah.
Never whispered in the ear.
Yeah, never whispered in my ear. I think like when it's him. He sticks out probably the most for me. England. That's a struggle. They've never really got that position nailed down, it feels like, with this whole 10-12 combination going.
At the moment, you mean?
Yeah. It's just a difficult, it's like an awkward position for England to get right. Yeah. Stuck in between this, do we have a big ball player running through the middle, or do we have a more like me, like a playmaker at 12? They just don't seem to be able to, they don't seem to be able to make that decision, and that's a funny way that the sort of positions change a little bit. It used to be we're just going to have a big bloke, Jamie Roberts, smashing through, just going to smash them at the middle. People are sort of changing their minds about it. Yeah, exactly. So it's a funny one, but I think England really can't get their head around it.
Yeah, we'll come on to it because we are. I'm going to ask you for. Are we all English? Anyone Welsh or anything like that? Jones.
That bit of Irish, but that's back.
Bit of Irish, but we had 2 Welsh people on last week. So. Reason I'm asking.
We'll come on to that.
We'll come on to the English. No, it's alright. You've just spoiled my whole.
Marlon is mine.
And we'll say that he's current as well because he might still be playing.
Just about or someone like Jamie Roberts. Jamie Roberts was absolutely solid.
Is he still playing? He might have retired as well.
He's just a doctor now, isn't he?
Yeah, Dr. Roberts. He was playing.
Just for years, he was just grinding out.
Grafter, proper grafter.
So that was kind of what we wanted to discuss.
Anyone else got anything to discuss?
No.
Jonesy, what time is it?
It's time for.
Okay.
In wrong.
I don't want to get those.
Okay. Watch this.
I won't get all the captions.
Yeah. We'll have something other than a photo.
Other than a photo. What's that now?
Oh, there's a big old pair of size 12s in there that I can spot.
Oh, well, I won't bring those out. I'm trying to find. Oh, perhaps it's in there. Oh, yeah, I've got it too.
Oh, we got it.
Old Sils Rugby Cap 1974. That's how they used to do them in those days.
We need to bring
just similar.
We've got the most improved that Gaz and Emma Wilding brought on first.
I have one, but I was supposed to bring it, but
For most improved, or
yeah, from
I must give one of these to Phil Green, because when I was skipper, it was the Golden Jubilee, and I had to give one of those to the opposite, the opposition every match.
yeah.
Nice.
We should bring them back as well.
That's
That's a touch.
Memento.
Proper touch.
Still got perseverance on the badge, though.
Perseverance.
Yeah, it's now Silhillians.
That was an anniversary one for the Old Sils Rugby Union Football Club.
Love it. Proper.
Look at that.
1960.
Old Silhillians. Now we're Silhillians, or
Now it's just Silhillians, yeah. In fact, I was the last captain of the Old Sils.
Oh, okay.
And then a chap called Alan Elliott became the next one. That's Claude's 1959-60.
Did it
Wow.
all fit?
If I put this on, will it work some magic?
Were you a big ball?
That is the question.
That's a good
And I don't know why I've got that one, but that's what we had to wear at school.
Really?
Oh,
That was a bencher's cap.
you're a bencher.
We had a little collar flower.
Little collar.
Yeah,
Were you a
well,
bencher as well?
We had a collar flower.
I bet you were a
On the
bencher.
blazer.
Yeah, I was a bencher, but they didn't trust me. So as soon as I got made a bencher, and the head of sixth form dragged me into the office on the first day after I got the letter on a Saturday morning, and he said to me, "Harry, you're a bencher, but we don't trust you." And I went, "All right, thanks for that. You've really pissed
Who was
on
that?
my parade there."
That is Claude's ball baller.
Really?
Oh, bloody hell. I don't know, I'm sure,
Bloody
what am I
hell.
touching? I don't really know, but the fair play. Yeah, it looks like Santa's stocking.
If your balls fill that, you are a big player.
Yeah.
Big
Oh, they
player.
did feel that. No,
There's a couple lads,
Ridiculous.
there's a couple lads with like bigger than these, but like that is some serious.
Not big, but none of our lads are going to fill that bit.
No, not that. I meant these two.
So there
You got that in the locker.
you go. That's,
Not on a cold winter's day. That was a
That's
brilliant.
that's-
If you've got one more, we'll finish on a piece.
I must know any of the captain's balls, which you don't want.
We don't want the captain's balls.
Well, only the one thing.
We don't want captain's balls. We want Claude's ball holder. Is what we wanted.
Claude's.
That was maybe. Yeah, what is in Pete's box? Maybe the last one. And if it was the last one, it's bloody.
Still a whole podcast.
Bloody fun. Do you know what? Yeah. Might whip out. Are you available for bookings or anything like that? Mini Juniors Festival, should we find out? Tell the under fives about Claude. How he bought a woman a rose.
Your balls look like this one day.
Once upon a time. Yeah. Right, we've got 12 minutes to run, I think. So we're going to move on to the second last section, Copt Heath Classics. This is where I ask my panel of 12s, in the same way as Desert Island Discs, some of their favourite things in life.
In life? Or
Yeah.
at Copt Heath?
No, because it's the classics of the people at Copt Heath, if you see. So it's the classics that belong to the Copt Heath people.
And we are a top
see.
team.
So I'm going to start with Kate.
Yeah, because I haven't worked out what this whole thing is about yet.
He's asking us questions about us, we just answer.
Right, okay. Favourite drink? You can have an alcoholic and a non-alcoholic. What are you taking on a desert island?
I'd go gin, pink gin.
Pink gin. Gordon's?
Yeah.
Yeah, good shout.
Or J2O.
A J2O. What flavour are we packing on a J2O?
Orange and passion fruit.
Oh, no.
Obviously, when you were 8 years old.
It's got to be the black. It's got to be the blackcurrant one, no?
No, that's not good.
Apple and raspberry.
Terrible.
Wow. I always used to be like go for
We
the
had 12 minutes.
pink one, purple one. That was just bleeding Sils because local. Pete, where you going?
I'll go Guinness and gin.
Guinness and gin.
Yeah.
Oh, so we. I was thinking we were an alcoholic and a non-alcoholic. Yeah. Back in your day, Guinness is probably like fruit juice, wasn't it? 10p.
Non-alcoholic,
No idea. Water? Yeah.
No fish piss in it. No, definitely not.
Not water. We'll just take 2 alcoholic ones then. 8p. Fish piss. Guinness all day, yeah. Guinness the choice. Guinness and scratchings and non-alcoholic.
No Guinness.
So you're going to not play the game either. Jones, are you alcoholic, non-alcoholic?
Alcoholic, Camden Hill's beer, only from O'Neill's. Do you know O'Neill's? It's nice, and I got a nice glass, and I just really want to take the glass every time.
So you've definitely never ever done that?
No, I've never stolen a pint glass, but like if I wanted to.
Have you not?
You've never stolen.
I've got a great collection of them back 12. I told my mum to not worry about IKEA. No, so
I'll get after. Yeah, that's fair.
And then non-alcoholic, probably go for a Frank fruit twist. Because that's what I normally get my meal deal.
Yeah, that's fair cop.
At work, just slide on to the.
What are you going to do now? Meal deals have gone up to £3.40 with a club card.
Do you know how I was upset for it?
No,
I need to invest in my budget.
You haven't got a club card. You haven't got a club card. You haven't got a club card. Essential.
When I heard meal deals were going up, I was actually quite wounded. That's probably one of the biggest heartbreaks in my life.
Even if you're going on this desert island, mate, make sure you've got a club card because they're like the essentials of life.
I need to be able to get my family fruit twist
and a meal deal.
Trust. And what are you having as your snack?
It's a chicken and bacon.
Do you know, we'll go back round the other way. What's your favourite snack from a meal deal?
Snack, can I just give you my meal deal? Chicken, bacon, stuffing as a sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm going for a packet of big beef noodles.
Big shout.
I'm going for a prawn mayonnaise sandwich.
You are such a
with pineapple chunks.
You were awful.
A lobster.
A lobster. what do we meal deal? Do you deal in
meal deal. Oh.
Do we deal in the Tesco meal deals?
No, not generally.
You just slam it all.
Such a strange term.
Meal deal. No, I don't know, really.
What do you put in
Pork
between?
pie.
That's a great.
Absolutely.
Kate, has he stolen something from you? Were you about to say pork pie?
I actually like chicken and bacon and stuff.
Yeah.
What?
Beef hula hoops?
The big beef hoops.
Cheetos. On those cereals.
I went to Edinburgh and I had a bag of big Watsons.
That's the same thing as Cheetos.
Cheetos, yeah.
What's that?
Anyway, let's carry on.
And drink. Can you what?
Yeah, gin.
No, but you can't get J2O in a meal deal, can you?
No.
We can get a Tropicana.
I'll go for the green naked smoothie.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you know what?
Make them. Your business will be.
They're not 250s. They're not 250s.
Yeah, so you get the most value. We'll go back round. Favourite takeout.
Probably Chinese.
Chinese. No, not much needs to be said about that. Chinese.
Probably Indian.
Takeout, yeah.
Curry as well.
I'm joining you on the Chinese. I think Chinese trumps Indian. Big pet peeve, Harry Jones. People being older than you and running at you in rugby.
What does warm you up? Not much.
Oh yeah.
Not much. You know when you're trying to explain something to someone, just not getting what you're saying. Just once, because I don't really understand why they don't get what you're saying.
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean?
Constant questions as well.
Constant questions. Alright, well that's the fucking podcast over then, mate. Cheers.
Think of anything to do with rugby? Maybe we should make this rugby related.
No, we're getting to know you. We're Cop Teeth Classics here. Alright, biggest pet peeve on the pitch if you want to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Probably Tom Lee. Just going to say that flat out, right? Just annoys me, just annoys the shit out of everyone. He's my biggest pet peeve on the pitch.
Yeah, that's a fair cop. Just in the time.
Wokeism.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, I don't like that either. Kate?
People missing tackles. And then like blaming someone else.
Call someone out.
Yeah.
Call someone out.
Oh.
Because I'll tell you something. One of the next ones I'm going to come to is who would you most want to corridor? And that's where you run it straight at someone, like in a tackle. And she said you said, Beth said you're too nice.
Yeah.
Does Beth miss many tackles?
No, she's alright actually.
Oh, okay.
She's good.
Oh, really?
Who?
No, there's too many actually.
There's too many. You've got to make up for them. Fair play. So who would you least want to run at? Who's the best tackler then?
Do you know Charlie? She plays loose, tight head.
Yes, yeah.
She has a hard tackle.
Yeah.
Not one of you know.
Back in the day, you said someone earlier, you said you wanted to run straight out.
Oh yeah, he was a bloke from Sutton. Proctor, his name was. Couldn't stand him. But the best tackler that we had up here was a chap called Ian Thorpe. He would just.
That was it. Yeah,
Ian would
former
tackle
captain.
him.
Yeah.
Anything.
Best tackler we've got.
Oh, like at least you want a corridor. You know what a corridor is.
As in, if I was running at them, the least person I'd want to run at would be Gaz
Yeah.
Rock. He just absolutely nailed
Gaz
it.
Rock.
Yeah,
Gaz Rock's fair.
solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Solid as a brick shit house, yeah.
Solid.
Someone I wanted to do corridor with, because that'd be Rudy Newman, if you don't know Rudy.
Really.
Not Moses. I just like Moses.
Moses.
was
Yeah,
easy.
Moses has come up a lot. Yeah, it's come up a lot. Favourite film? Star Wars. If you want to make it rugby related, mate, just say something like the one that Morgan Freeman was.
What's the
Invictus.
Invictus.
Yeah,
Is that your favourite film?
Dr. Zhivago.
That's a great film. That is a real throwback.
I like Bridget Jones.
See, we had this last week, didn't we, Hassan?
Take
Beth
that.
reads
Take
Bridget
that.
Jones. Did she read it? She read it, didn't she? Bit of both. Bridget Jones, yeah, I won't ask about it because I'll have no idea. Favourite book? Any books?
Don't read.
Don't read, fair.
Can't read. No,
No, that's later. We're not asking.
I don't know.
The law book of rugby.
Any, I don't know, Shakespeare. I like a lot of Shakespeare.
Yeah. As we saw from your poetic songs, I think.
Yeah, the Bible.
I think there's a few good quotes in the Bible, that's what I was thinking.
Bible, have you got one for us?
Psalms 5:18, but obviously I don't know.
Oh dear me. And then, right, so that's Cockteeth Classics. It's kind of gone off on a tangent. Junction 5 Jams. I'm going to flex myself. I'm making a playlist with everyone's songs on, which I'm going to play at the Mini and Junior Festival. Favourite song to put on this playlist, and it might get played.
Is this for like a song like if I was going to do karaoke? Because if I was
Any
playing
song.
Oh right, go on, karaoke song, and then we'll have like a song you'd play. And then,
Valerie by anyone else,
Great.
it just gets me bopping.
yeah, that gets you bopping. And then what would you like to play if I was DJing?
Probably Valerie by anyone else.
Okay, right.
Sam Fender, 17 going under. I remember. That's my favourite.
Yeah, that honestly, I will play that one at the
I
festival.
didn't know that one, thank you.
Favourite song, got it in the will from a funeral. Who Won't Get Fooled Again?
I can't say anyone know it.
Have some vocals.
No, the Who Won't Get Fooled Again. You must have heard.
No.
Have you heard of the Who?
I've heard of the Who.
Right, well, one of their records.
Right, we'll have to put it over this. Finishing.
No, Doctor Who.
No, not
No, the Who. You tit.
We'll put it over the title.
Yeah, the title was with the right and subscribe here. Okay.
Country Roads.
Yes. Have we had that already? No, I don't think we have.
John Denver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Country
The
Roads.
house band version.
We're making a Sils version of that actually. Let's see.
Are we? Are you leading that?
Warwick Road, take you to the place I belong. Oh, to Silhillians,
We need to
by
get
the
some more-
Cockteeth.
We like more
Warwick
clearance.
Road. Yeah, we could. That's
Hello, Christine. Hello, Mandy.
we'll bang that. Right, and with a couple minutes to go, we're going to play Junior Play, which is just anything. I'm going to ask any questions and you just say. It's quite quick fire.
Okay.
Pineapple on pizza.
No.
Yes.
Pineapple.
Yeah, well, yeah, pineapple the fruit.
Yeah.
Do you like
Yeah, pineapple or pizza?
Oh, pineapple on pizza.
Oh,
Yes,
no,
or
no,
no.
no.
Wait, you'd rather have a pineapple than pizza?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have pineapple on a pizza.
With a prawn mayonnaise.
No. No, I'd have a spicy one. Pizza.
No pineapple.
That was aggressive.
I don't
That's
know.
very common.
Anyway.
Pineapple on a pizza. Okay, I agree. Right, night in or night out?
Probably 19.
What? With your Saturday and Sunday activities, sure as days out at least.
Yeah, days out.
Days out, night in. Yeah.
Oh, out, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You've been Honey Club recently?
No.
No. We sure?
Not that I'd ever speak.
Yeah, HSC bar.
Come on.
Yeah. Night in or night out? We all know a bit of you. You're both.
I'll play it cool, thinking I'm going to go on a night in, and then I'll go out.
Yeah.
Properly out. Yeah.
Yeah, I like a night out. I like a quiz before a night out as well.
Yeah, quiz. That was a great quiz. Cheers, VCs.
Shout out to them.
Oh yeah, pick up them. Favourite superhero? Let's not make it really
Spider-Man.
weird. Spider-Man, yeah, good shout.
Harry Potter.
Is he a superhero?
Yeah, he is now, yeah.
Genuine morale, get flexed.
It's a three, and Nog in the Nog.
Nog in the nog.
Oh,
Excuse me.
No idea.
You look him up on YouTube. Nog in the Nog.
Okay. Okay.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, yeah, massive.
Great shout.
Celebrity crush, if you've got one.
And it was like Taron.
Egerton.
That's
Quite-
the one, yeah.
Who?
He's in
Oh, is he yours as well? Is he?
Elton John in there.
And does Kingsman, he's in Lion King.
Yeah.
He does Elton John. No, that's your celebrity crush. Each their own. Celebrity crush back in the day.
Back in the day, Julie Christie.
Julie Christie.
Don't know who she is.
No, I'll look her up later with him.
Celebrity crush.
It's quick fire, mate.
Kendra Lust.
I love how we've just gone. Get in the bin, mate.
Yeah, she's
Don't look that up at home.
Just Google that one.
Kendra Lust. Brilliant.
That's got Natalie Portman, but only in the Star Wars film. She seems to be something special.
You like Star Wars, don't you?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
alright.
fair play. Favourite holiday destination?
Where did we go with it? Oh, I went to Benidorm the other week, and that was just a good
Nice
time.
class, yeah.
Went to
Prawn sandwiches. Benidorm.
Benidorm was good. I went with my family, we had a good family holiday, obviously, and
Yeah.
watching the live shows that were showing.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to Benidorm, shout out to the Red Lion.
There you
And the one in Knoll, fair play.
go. Yeah, Beaver.
The Beaver. Yeah.
Italy.
Italy. Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
yeah, nice.
Skiing in France.
Boom. That's the one I was looking for. That's me.
Yeah.
Well, is that because you're skiing too?
Because I'm skiing, maybe.
Yeah, nice alternative.
But in
I
Austria.
don't know, I think that's quite close to Benidorm.
Skiing. So you ski as well? Ski.
Not very well.
But it's unreal, isn't it? Where's your favourite resort in?
Val d'Isère.
Banging. Went there last year. It's unbelievable. End World War or World Hunger?
Hunger.
Yeah, hunger.
Hunger?
Yeah, I'm going for hunger as well.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I think so. There's nothing wrong with a bit of war,
Yeah.
as long as everyone's not
Straight.
straight. Yeah, and if you weren't playing rugby, what would you be doing on your Sundays?
Riding a horse.
Riding a horse.
Not
Bingo!
Looking through my boxes.
Yeah, find out. Jonesy,
I'll be a professional darts player.
I'll be micro machining.
you'd be what?
Micro
Oh yeah, climbing hills, climbing hills. Okay, and then my final question is Sils or camping?
Sils.
Sils or camping?
Sales,
Yeah, so as you can see, Sils is always the winner. Thank you. See, you like that one, didn't you? Thank you very much for joining me and the 12s on this podcast. This has been episode 3 of the Legend Podcast. Cheers.